A Grade 1 call for the police means that there could be a serious or immediate threat to life. With a drunk driver potentially on the loose, the night cops waste no time in setting off.
It's looking for it. It's still on the Village Hall car park. It's Vauxhall Cavalier in red.
Just updating us on the radio. There's a male who's left the pub, he's got into his car in the car park, and he's driven into the hedge a number of times. Some of the patrons have tried to stop him. He's locked himself in the vehicle and they can't get him out, so he's obviously going to drive off drunk and got potential here for a serious accident.
The team have to drive 7 miles and fast. PC Booth has had advanced response training and is experienced in driving at speeds of up to 155 miles an hour.
When you're driving on response, it's not about foot down and all this, it's just about being smooth and let the car do the work for you, not driving like some madman.
Me, I'm just chilled out, man. 120 miles an hour.
With approximately 40 road traffic deaths involving the police each year, driving at high speeds is a controversial subject.
Sometimes there will be a collision, possibly when there's an officer's responding to something, so the public will be up in arms saying something about it, but they either want us there or they don't, and the exemptions are there obviously to be used so we can get through the traffic and we can get there and obviously make a difference and sort whatever problem there is out. It's a double-edged sword sort of thing. Hi mate,
yeah.
Is he still here?
Yeah, I haven't got it.
Where is he?
Corner down the bottom.
Alright.
It doesn't take long for the pair to arrive at the pub where the car's been spotted.
So it was a Cavalier?
Yeah.
After being pointed in the right direction by customers, they approach the suspect vehicle.
You all right, mate?
You alright?
This little lad here.
Alright, can you two just wait over there and I'll come and speak to you in a second, alright?
As he looks through the window, PC Booth spots a vital piece of evidence.
Keys are in the ignition. Oi mate, it's the police. Can you just open the door for me? Can I have a quick chat? Listen mate, do you want to open the door or shall I smash the window? It's up to you. Hi mate. How you doing?
And if it wasn't blatantly obvious already,
If you're going to be sick, do it out here.
the suspect provides further evidence of just how bladdered he is.
Mate, have you finished? What's your name? Yeah, I'm looking at you. You're obviously paralytic, mate. You've had loads to drink. You've been driving. Your keys are in the ignition there.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
wasn't driving.
Well, at the moment, you're drunk in charge of a vehicle, and you're going to be arrested for that, mate. All right?
I can't understand why, though.
You're drunk in charge, mate, of a motor vehicle. All right.
I haven't been driving.
Mate, you've collided with that fence. All right. Do you want to just jump out for us, mate, and we'll get this sorted out?
Despite being trolleyed, the lad knows he's in big trouble.
So basically, I've lost my licence.
There's a reason why we're here, isn't it? And it isn't just because we've just come across you. It's because people have called us.
Take hold of this.
The law states that nobody, regardless of how drunk they are, can be breathalyzed if they've had a drink in the last 20 minutes.
All right. Come on, stand up now. Just watch your legs against that sick.
So the night cops are going to have to transfer this lad to lockup and get a blood sample from him.
You're wasted, aren't you? Come on, just sit in there. Come on, kick. Yeah. The best way to get in a car is to look where you're going.
Martini in the back seat. Looks empty. And a load more sick there. I don't fancy reaching in and grabbing that. I'm going to get chunks all over me, aren't I?
In order to secure a charge against the suspect, the pair take photos of the state of the vehicle.
Joe, I'm just going to get one of the tyre tracks.
For this lad then, the evening ends up with a trip down to lockup,
I've got a puke here.
where he later refused to give a blood specimen and is now serving a mandatory 12-month driving ban. Tonight, a call is coming through to the control room on the Pub Watch radio.
Q Club, go ahead.
You send a unit around to the Q Club back entrance, please. We have an aggressive male being escorted to the rear entrance, over.
Yes, got one en route here.
More information over the radio reveals that a man has been causing mayhem at one of the town's most popular hotspots. ex-Marine PC Ian Schofield is on the case.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Hello mate, you okay?
Thanks to Pub Watch, the night cops have managed to get to the incident within a couple of minutes. Half the time it would have taken without the system. On arrival, the man who's been kicking off is still being restrained by the club's door staff.
Listen here, chap. Listen to me. It's the police, all right?
We got a call over the Pub Watch radio, which has worked really well in the town. They had an aggressive male they were rejecting out of this nightclub from the rear entrance. When we got round here, there was door staff restraining a male.
All right, I'm going to put your hand in a cuff, all right? Don't struggle against us, or you're not going to get up, all right?
But as the bouncers let him go, it seems that this man isn't just simply drunk.
If you can just
I've asthma, I can't breathe, they wouldn't listen. Let's sit you up then, chap, all right?
He's now claiming to be having an asthma attack.
What's your name, mate? Up to Daisy, just put your bottom... Bend your legs.
Breathe.
Bend your legs, mate. Bend your legs. Bend your legs. Just park your bum down there.
PC Schofield steps in and tries to calm the lad down.
2 seconds, please.
I've just got to hold it there for a moment,
just
mate,
let
all right?
go.
I'm not going to let go.
Nice big breaths for me, mate. Let's get your breath back.
Okay.
This lad can think himself fortunate that PC Schofield and his colleagues were on hand quickly,
Can't breathe.
thanks largely to the Pub Watch radio link.
Just take deep breaths for me.
Can't breathe.
Just take deep breaths for me. Deep breaths.
Their actions have prevented his mild asthma attack from becoming something a whole lot more serious.
Sorry, yeah, but he stood up first.
Normally somebody who's caused so much aggro would spend the night in a cell.
I'll take
Up
it
you
off
come,
in a
pal.
minute, all right?
Stand
Just
yourself
stand
up. There you go. Right, hang fire a minute. We'll get it off you, pal.
In this instance, PC Schofield believes it's in everyone's best interest if the man just goes home.
Just slow yourself down, mate. Relax.
However, that doesn't mean he's gotten off scot-free.
This off.
All right.
Due to his behaviour in the club, he'll be getting an £80 ticket tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon sometime when we come back on. But he's gone away, he's quite happy, the club staff are quite happy, and it's just alcohol again.
Tonight, PC Schofield was fortunate to have the assistance of the door staff. However, the night cops rarely have such help if disturbances occur on the streets. It's 2:30 a.m. in Crewe, and PC's Mark Lassie and Vicky Evans are the first officers on the scene of a mass brawl involving 20 youths.
20 minutes you've been calling! What are you, all of you?
Are you all right?
No, it's not!
One man has been beaten unconscious, and there's a baying crowd. A terrifying situation for anybody, including a night cop.
These situations are very frightening, and it doesn't matter if you're a police officer with limited experience or whether you've been in the job for 20 or 30 years. You know, police officers accept that they will be put in situations where they're called upon to manage angry people, to manage trauma, to manage distress, to manage drunken people.
Yeah, we've got a male approximately 18, 19 years of age, looking very dazed, quite a nasty wound to his head.
PC Lassie is desperate to deal with the injured male, but can't because everyone wants to get involved.
Right. Do us a favour, back off. Back off. Back off. And I'm trying to sort this out, okay? So just give me a bit of space and let me deal with it.
Eventually, backup arrives, allowing Lassie to focus on the injured man, who's dipping in and out of consciousness.
Bud, what I need you to do is just stay still. I've got ambulance coming just to check you over. What's your name, bud? Right. What I've got for the moment, because you've got a bit of a head injury, I need the ambulance to check that you're okay. He's asked you to go now. I'm happy I'm dealing with it. Good man, thank you.
The night cops have been on the scene for little more than 10 minutes. However, in such chaos, that can seem like an eternity.
Officers feel isolated. They are the first people on the scene.
Do us a favour, back off. Back off.
Whilst backup is always at hand, on occasions it can be some minutes away, and it's often we have to wait until we get more officers there, and if that takes seconds or if it takes minutes, it doesn't take away the danger that the officers are placed in.
All right, we need to sort something out.
The injured man spent the night in hospital, and no charges were pressed against the arrested man. For PC Lassie, though, this was still a job well done, and one which is part and parcel of his role as a night cop. Underage drinking is one of the biggest problems in modern-day Britain.
How much you had to drink tonight then?
Half a can, that's it.
Just half a can? Are you sure, yeah?
Sure.
OK. Whose is that then?
In the past 10 years, the amount of alcohol young people drink has doubled. Experts believe that this increase is a major contributor to the rise in overall juvenile crime, particularly on estates up and down the country. In Wrexham, the police are determined to do something about it. So they've introduced the undercover night cop. Dressed in their civvies, PC's Rob Bainbridge and Paul Davis's job is to track down lagered-up lads at known hotspots. For PC Davis, the rise in underage drinking is a bit of a shocker.
Clubs are open till 4. It's not like it was when I was 15 or 16. We have seized alcohol from 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. It's not just cans of lager. There's whiskey there, wine, vodka. There's an awful lot of spirits being consumed by young people. It's worrying, really, that yous at 12 and 13 are drinking neat vodka, neat whiskey. It's getting out of control, really, which is why we're so hard on it in Acton.
A huge group of a load of that.
The first stop of the evening is Acton Park, a known haunt for boozed-up kids.
Whose was that? Wasn't yours. Wasn't yours. Wasn't yours. And it wasn't yours. But I've just heard it being dropped and it's fresh there now. How old are you?
17.
17, so you shouldn't have them, should you?
Yeah, well, I'm going home in a minute.
Doesn't matter, you're in a public place, right, and you've got alcohol. You've been drinking tonight?
I've had a bit of a can.
This can?
Yeah.
The lad claims to have had just a tinny. But a quick search of the playground unearths a small off-licence of illicit liquor,
No, it's not.
which the night cops waste no time in seizing.
Okay, so take it as a warning, you shouldn't be on here, okay? And you should be having beer. So,
To many, these strong-arm tactics may seem petty, but PC Davis sees things slightly differently.
People can say it's just you just having a drink, but we're in a heavy residential area here, and at the moment we're getting calls with a particular gang of youths, general juvenile nuisance, knocking on people's doors, throwing eggs, and a lot of it is alcohol fueled. So take the alcohol away, take something out of the equation. So I'm happy with that. That's a good haul.
With the contraband in the boot, the night cops head back to the station. Unbelievably though, the lads' parents have beaten them there and want to get the booze back.
The mother is now at the police station. The sergeant's asking, can we give the alcohol back? It generally was for her party, and it sounds like his son's nicked a snifter on his way back. But we're going to have a chat to him now. I dropped the can as we'd approached, so he'd been drinking alcohol in a public place, and he was in possession of it, and he's 17, so that's why we seized it. I've had a chat with the sergeant on this occasion. We will give you the alcohol back, all right?
Yeah.
We don't have to, all right?
Because we live by them and see what's going on.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Appreciate it, that's why we've done it.
It was for a drink in the house tonight.
Yeah,
Well, they
no
said we
problem.
don't want drink.
Have you got a vehicle?
Yes,
Yeah,
there's a vehicle
okay.
there,
We'll
yes.
bring our vehicle up and
Yeah.
we'll get it out the boot into yours. Okay, so we'll give it you back on this
thanks very
occasion.
much.
All right,
Okay.
no problem. 2 bottles are in the bottom of that one.
Right, okay. Make sure he doesn't get all of it.
Okay, we wouldn't.
I apologise
No,
if he
no
gave
problem.
you some cheap.
We wouldn't normally give it back.
No, a
but-
lot of that is bravado.
Well, like we said, it's brave juice. Once they've had a couple of tins, they do start to puff the chests out.
The parents may have been apologetic for their son's behaviour, but underage drinking creates massive problems, particularly in residential areas.
We also see instances of young people drinking on the streets, and when young people are acting irresponsibly and causing a nuisance in the neighbourhood, clearly there is a very high degree of antisocial behaviour which is directly related to excess alcohol. It alters behaviour, it takes away inhibitions, we deal with that in a number of ways, and there are times when we have to rigorously enforce the law.
By some huge percentage, the majority of information that comes in from the members of public is about people dealing drugs. So there is really an abhorrence, not just in the police service, but by the public in general, of people who supply drugs. They have absolutely no compassion for the person they're supplying them to. They're merely a means to their own profit. So you can see from that I really, really despise drug dealers, and I will do all that I can to arrest as many as I can and convict as many as I can and dissuade as many people from coming into contact with them.
Police vigilance is crucial in the war on drugs. For the officers in Wrexham, keeping eyes peeled often pays dividends.
So what's he doing now? Is Callie in a spliff or something, is he? Can I have a word with her?
Especially when they pass dark alleyways. These two haven't got a clue that the night cops are onto them until they're literally on top of them.
Keep your eyes where I can see them. And we found one male in possession of an illegal substance, which we think is possibly cocaine.
An easy arrest for the night cops and a night in the cell for these two. Over in Canterbury, police officers are also constantly on the lookout for individuals who are acting suspiciously. PC's Dan Bowley and Carl Rimmer have spotted a man outside this four-wheeled fast food joint, shoving something into his trousers.
What have you just put in your back pocket? Hey?
Hey?
What have you just put in your back pocket?
You're going to search it anyway, aren't you?
Well, if you tell me, it might make it a bit easier.
Well, I picked it up just as it come out of the club.
The bag in question turns out to contain cocaine.
Right, have you just dealt in those drugs?
No, mate, I don't do drugs.
Right, okay.
All right.
4-5 to 4-4. Can you come back to please? I will be honest, I'm probably going to search the place.
Search it?
Yeah, because that looks a bit weird to me.
Well,
he's
ask him. At the end of the day, if he's got any fucking genuinity in him, he'll say that he already had his drugs.
What's your first name? You see it from my point of view. He's at the side of your. He's at the side of your van. You're not letting me finish. The reason I'm arresting you is because it's necessary to interview back at the station regarding the offence.
Whilst PC Rimmer deals with a man in possession of the cocaine, PC Bowley voices his suspicions to a fellow officer.
He's fiddling with his hands. The door's shut on him. He's giving him something. He's saying it's a business card. That's bollocks. It's got to be drugs, isn't it? So he's got it on him. So we're going to have to search that. Right, do you want to jump out for us, mate? They will, yeah. Do you want a hand?
PC Bowley begins a search of the van whilst the vendor is checked by his colleague. Much to the annoyance of the woman serving, whose biggest concern is the burgers.
Who's cooking for me then?
He's getting searched at the moment.
Well, I need someone to cook. I don't cook.
After a thorough search, the van and the vendor were found to be all clear, whilst the man found in possession was later given a formal caution for possession of cocaine. So it's another successful find for the night cops.
Hello mate, you alright? Nothing to worry about, just turn the engine off for us and jump out for us.
The right to stop and search is a contentious issue.
Where are you off to tonight?
It's alright, it's my mate's birthday, mate.
Oh, happy birthday.
And whilst the police don't have the powers to randomly check individuals,
Oh, is that?
Party tonight, is it, or?
No, around his house.
they are allowed to investigate all suspicious behaviour.
Bit of a chin man? Bit of X Factor or something? Have you ever been in trouble with the police before at all, Luke?
Tonight, just being a group of young lads in a car is reason enough for Canterbury's night cops.
Reed, RWD.
Yeah.
It all seems to be going smoothly for the lads who could quite easily be sent on their way. But PC Scott Waller is about to throw a spanner in the works.
Okay. Any of you smoke at all?
Yeah, I smoke, yeah.
Do you? No problem at all. Because I'm getting a bit of a whiff.
Yeah, I've got funny stuff.
And I can't work out if it's tobacco or cannabis at the moment.
Well, we've been smoking fags and that.
Have you? Yeah. Okay. I think it might be cannabis, and for that reason, okay, you're all going to be searched under the Misuse of Drugs Act, and so is the car. Okay? Give you the opportunity now. Is there anything on you that you wish to disclose to me now before I find it? No? Okay. If you haven't got anything on you, won't be a problem, you'll be sent on your way. Now's your chance to tell me if you've got anything on you that shouldn't have.
Mate,
no?
No?
Absolutely not?
Absolutely, 100%.
100%. Blimey.
The boys are sticking to their story, but as the night cops set about their search, the boy that PC Waller is dealing with reveals some classic items of drug paraphernalia.
You probably did have some.
No, I had tobacco in that.
That's not tobacco, mate. That's white powder.
White powder?
Is there residue of white powder on that?
No, that's not
okay.
white powder.
Okay.
The boys continuing to play dumb, but PC Waller's having none of it.
So if I was to send that away to a lab, then that wouldn't come back as drugs, would it? Mate, it's not my first day. I'm not going to nick you for possession of a plastic bag, but it's not my first day, and that's got white powder in it, hasn't it?
It's not powder, mate.
What is it then?
I did have a bit of weed in it a couple of weeks ago.
Right, okay. But that bag, look, see? White powder. You can see that.
That's just residual cannabis.
Okay. But you don't smoke drugs?
What?
That's what you first said to me when I stopped you.
No.
I asked you if you'd had a smoke or you smoked, and you said no. You said I smoke.
Yeah, I do smoke.
So that's not been used for making roaches for joints?
No, it's for my...
Having seen his friends backpedal, it's at this point that one of the passengers decides to come clean.
Sorry? Has he just coughed it up, has he? No problem at all.
Sure enough, it's a bag of cannabis.
And you'd about this and have a bag of gear, yeah? You ever been arrested before?
Is that,
you have. What, for possession? Okay. Hey, jump, mate.
Because the boy's been cautioned for possession of drugs before, the night cops will have no choice but to take him in.
I know you've given over a bag of gear. All right. You got anything else on your tool? Is that it, mate? Okay, mate.
Bit of back end, bit of wrist.
Okay, no problem at all. That's what he gave you, is it? No problem at all. Know what that is? Do you know what it is? Yeah. Okay, no worries.
Whilst the boy's being processed, there's one last thing for PC Waller to do. The remaining 3 boys will be allowed to go. Despite the fact that their friend was found with drugs, they still feel there's been an injustice.
I do think police discriminate youths a bit, but that's the way it's got to go, I suppose. And yeah, pulled safe for no reason, but what has to be done has to be done.
PC Waller puts the sequence of events down to something entirely different.
It's partially experience, partially luck. Depending on how experienced you are, depends on what proportion of luck you need, so...
Whether it be experience, luck or both, it was a stop that pulled up results.
Take your shoes off at the door for us, please, mate.
Whilst the lad waits in a cell to hear his fate, over in Wrexham, police are also exercising their stop and search powers.
Got anything on you you shouldn't have?
No.
You haven't? I keep your hands out there.
This time, behind the back of some public toilets.
That's because all drugs, okay?
But the search is cut short, as suddenly, it's all systems go.
It's a red one, call this.
An officer has pressed his panic button. All teams in the area rush to the scene.
Don't know what it could be. It could be large-scale disorder, or it could be an officer getting assaulted. So obviously it's a priority, the highest call that you can get. In our force it's known as a red one call. A button can be activated on a radio, and then it goes live. So the officers, you can hear live what the officer's saying in case they're fighting with somebody.
The van, along with several other police units, is hurtling towards the officer in distress. First at the scene are PC's Phil Beattie and Lee Evans. They arrive to find a traffic cop who called the alert trying to detain 2 men. One has been sprayed heavily in the face with pepper spray, the other caught some of the rebound. PC's Evan and Beattie step in to help detain the suspects.
Basically, the traffic unit has made an arrest. I'm not sure what for at the moment. It sounds like whilst he's been trying to arrest one male, one of his mates has got involved and trying to prevent him really from making an arrest. Due to the fact that he's outnumbered, he's pressed his panic button on the thing basically, which has alerted everyone to come here as quickly as you can.
Moments later, a van arrives with more backup, giving the traffic cop a chance to fill his colleagues in on exactly what happened.
Tell him he's now under arrest for drunken disorder. Take him outside, get outside, he tries to escape, push him onto a car, he punches me, so straight away I've just sprayed him and said, don't go, sprayed him. The spray's bounced off him and hit him as well. So he's then come over, gobbing off, and while I've got him locked up, he's pushed me as well. So, yeah.
You know, shut up.
Having been sprayed in the face at close range with capsicum, the burning chemical found in chilies, the suspect can barely open his eyes. Whilst his friend who caught the spray's rebound is mouthing off about what's happened to him.
You can't spray me in the face and tell me that you're glad for spraying me by accident. So obviously, he shouldn't have sprayed me in the face. Am I getting this right? He sprayed me in the face by accident and he's glad. Get off. Get your hands off me.
With everything now under control, the two men are taken back separately to custody. It's a successful result to the red one, the outcome of which could have been far worse.
Our colleague there was actually assaulted by the male. He's had to use spray on him, and obviously he was outnumbered, so he needs assistance from us. So that's our priority. And obviously we don't know until we get there what it's going to be. Well then, what's the step there, yeah?
Back at custody, the relatively unharmed suspect is dealt with.
You're glad to speed me. Still glad.
Whilst the one that got a good helping of pepper spray is still feeling the full effects. The full effects are, and listen carefully now, his mucous membranes will be swelling, causing difficulties to breathe and increase salivation. His skin will be severely burning and his eyes heavily dilated, causing temporary blurred vision. But he should be back to normal in a couple of hours, which is nice. Enough time to contemplate his actions and realise that attacking a night cop is never a good idea. It's almost the end of the night shift in Torquay, and PC's Robert Cassidy and Tel Hunter are in the incident car looking out for trouble. In the distance, they spot a man. You could say minding his own business, but at the same time, he's making a mess on the pavement.
Is that a public toilet?
I believe not.
No. So why did you do it?
There is no public toilets in this facility.
And you couldn't hold it?
Is there any public toilets around
No,
here?
couldn't you hold it
Is
until
there any
you...
public toilets around here?
Don't
Is there any
ask me a
public toilets
question.
in the main street?
Don't ask me a
The man has a point, but because he's broken the law, PC Cassidy has no intentions of letting this go.
I'll give you an answer to that. No. Whereabouts have you just had your final drink?
About 2 miles down that road.
All right, and there weren't public toilets down there before you left?
No, there wasn't.
But you needed a piss now.
Yeah, between now and then.
So you just decided to have a piss on the street
No,
instead?
I didn't. I apologise.
How we intend to deal with it then is by reporting you for the offence and by issuing you with a fixed penalty notice, which carries a fine of £50 for urinating in the street. How about that?
I think that's just great.
Yeah, can I have a personnel check, please? Yeah, surname of Gregory. No, urinating in the street.
Allegedly. 50 quid.
Yeah, £50, sir.
You're fucking kidding me.
Nope.
Struggling, obviously.
For what?
Tickets.
No, we could give these out like confetti if we wanted to, sir.
I don't doubt that at all, and I'm sure you do.
What's your surname, Gavin?
Gregory.
And whereabouts were you born?
Melbourne, Victoria.
Now that he's realised he's got a £50 fine on his hands, the man takes this opportunity to do a bit of pommy bashing.
Bad deal. Can you just check what the offence code is?
They're underneath.
Yeah, all right.
On the other side there. It'd come under bullshit. I'm sure. Bullshit.
Can you have a look for us?
Wank, maybe. And a revenue raiser, maybe.
Dunno.
Could be all of those things, couldn't it?
I believe it could be.
Yeah, it could well be.
I need your signature on here. OK, I need your signature just there on that bit of paper.
For what?
It's just signed to say you're accepting the ticket.
Not only does he have a weak bladder, he also claims to have another weakness.
My eyes are really bad, I can't read.
OK, see where the cross is, where my finger is? Yeah, if you just sign across there for me.
I can see the cross, but I don't know what all that is about.
All right, well, I'll explain that to you in a second. If you just like to sign there...
How do I know what you're explaining me to is actually what I'm signing?
Well, because I would lose my job if I didn't explain it to you properly, wouldn't I?
Can't read
I'll
that
illuminate
shit,
it a little tiny bit more for you. How about that? So it's got your name and address on the top there, tells you the date and time that the ticket is being issued to you, and then I'll explain...
I'm not willing to sign because I can't read it. If I could read it,
all right.
If I could see it properly...
Try my glasses. Does that assist?
They're a bit strong.
Here you are, Gavin.
Try them.
We will do everything we can to assist you.
Cool.
Is that better, Gavin?
That's a little bit better, yeah.
That okay?
Getting clever with the police is not advised, and it's unlikely to get one off the hook, as our Aussie friend is about to discover.
That's the only other glasses I got, mate.
I can't read that.
OK, then. What we'll do is we will arrest you for the time being. OK. Yep, we're going to arrest you for being drunk in a public place. We're going to take you up to the police station, and we can issue the ticket up there. How about that?
and all over a little bit of pee.
Unfortunately, the gentleman hasn't got his glasses with him.
What part of that can you not sign then, chap?
I don't mind signing any of it.
No, it is really up to you. However, if you don't, all you'll do is you'll spend the night in here, and then in the morning I'll issue you with a ticket or put you in court.
The custody sergeant's words of wisdom finally make him see sense.
What can't you read? You're signing there to say...
I can read most of it now that we're in light. We're in the dark of a street. I'm quite happy to sign that.
Okay.
Now that I've read it in light. On the edge, yeah?
Yep.